Call this meeting to order of the City Commission of Rio Grande City. It is Wednesday, October the 19th, 2022. It is 6:11 p.m. and we are in Commission Chambers here in Rio Grande City, 5332 East US Highway 83, Suite A. And at this time, we'll have the invocation by Commissioner Escobedo, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance by Commissioner Olivares.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Lord, we ask you that you be here as the center of this city hall and of this wonderful, great city of Rio Grande. We ask that you guide us, that you give us wisdom and understanding to move this city forward. We ask that you continue to protect all the men and women that are working every single day for this great city. We thank you for all the blessings, and we ask all this in your name. Amen.
Amen.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all. Under Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Next, business and orders, item 1B, roll call and finding of quorum. Solis?
Yes. Mayor Villarreal,
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Ramirez.
Here.
Commissioner De Leon,
Here.
Commissioner Olivares,
Here.
Commissioner Escobedo.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Next item is 1C, public forum. Do we have anyone signed up for public forum?
We do, Mayor. And we have Mr. Mendoza. We do have to call him though, so
Okay.
give me a few minutes to call.
The number you have dialed has not been recognized.
It's 'cause you have to dial the 9 first.
There you go.
You don't have to do that.
Okay. Mr. Mendoza?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, this is Angela from the City of Rio Grande. Can you hear us?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you have 3 minutes. You're in public forum.
Thank you very much. Mayor, city officials, I respectfully request your office an ordinance to criminalize bullying as domestic terrorism and to direct the police department to investigate and refer for prosecution those who are provoking children to violence or to threats of violence on the grounds that investigation and prosecution of bullying as domestic terrorism can be a strong deterrent to prevent more tragedies in schools. I have been involved in more than 10 years of life-threatening electrosensitivity EHS, which was caused on other days by the same microwave and radiation surveillance reaching children in school. The symptoms and signs of EHS are similar to the symptoms and signs of most illnesses. Even low levels of radiation aggravate my EHS. I have been violently ill several times. I'm sleep deprived and in pain all the time. This is a horrible way to die. My EHS has been recognized by federal and state courts as a physical medical condition and as a disability. Because most doctors aren't dark on denial or EHS, millions of children are being misdiagnosed and mistreated with harmful drugs, harmful invasive procedures, and deadly painkillers that harm caused by the microwave and radiation surveillance in school. The specific, concrete, and undisputed medical, scientific, and legal evidence on the record has proven that those in charge of educating and protecting our children committed fraud in the course to conceal that the chronic, compulsory, and unnecessary exposures to microwaves and radiators surrounding the school are causing children EHS and other catastrophic, irreversible, and deadly harm and disabilities that defeat the purpose of education. To consider that government-sponsored vehicle bullying, which includes school officials, teachers, and students, are provoking children and the mentally disabled to commit mass shootings and other terrorism to justify, under the fabricated excuses of national security, the massive, powerful, and harmful military-grade safety and wireless radiation surveillance of schools, the workplace, and even of homes, and to consider that under fabricated excuses of national security, the future of our children and the future of our country and national security are being sold to the trillion-dollar wireless big pharma and medical cartels, as detailed by the Criminal Complaints of Special Prosecution Division in Austin, by the motion to reduce three federal judges, and by the request to protect our children submitted to Texas Senator Rolando Gutierrez and posted on the case law section of Jay Mendoza at wirelesswatchblog.org, wirelesswatchblog.org, because federal and state authorities, the court, and even the mainstream media are considering these atrocities, criminalizing bullying as domestic terrorism, can save immense pain and suffering, and can save children's lives. A copy of the request of Senator Gutierrez was submitted to your office. Thank you very much for your prompt attention to this matter. Respectfully, thank you again.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Mendoza.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Do we have anyone else signed up for public forum?
We do, but she didn't send me the information.
Okay. So at this time, we're done with public
We're
forum? Okay. Next item is 1D, Proclamation Fire Prevention Week. I know we had read this proclamation. Chief, Muniz, you want to tell us a little bit about how it went as far as the week? So you did trainings or awareness, excellent event.
Good evening, Mayor, City Commissioners. Good evening. Yes, we had a successful turnout all week long. We had the presentation in the schools, Monday to, actually Tuesday to Friday. And we're currently doing the smaller kids, the daycares, currently, which is a smaller degree, but it was a turnout real good in all the schools. We had no issues on it for this month. Fire prevention.
And once more, the theme for this year was?
Just plan your escape.
Fire won't wait, plan your escape.
Plan your escape, correct.
Excellent. By the way, if we can go ahead and put together a clip of it and send it to TML for recognition for next year's TML conference. It was an excellent awareness week, and you all do a phenomenal job, Chief, with the trainings for the young kids, with the children of our district. It was phenomenal. So let's put something together, and it's, from what I understand, is a write-up. You send it to TML, and then there's a potential recognition of an award for those type of public service announcements for the community. And it's well deserved as far as I'm sure that it would be recognized at the state level for your efforts.
Thank you.
Keep that
I
in
will
mind.
sure do that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next item is 1E, Proclamation Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And we can have Commissioner Olivares, if you can read that proclamation, please. Do we have it here, Solis?
Yes. And we
It's
also
1E.
have Belinda Trevino here to speak on that.
Yes, sir. Whereas domestic violence is a pattern of abuse behavior that one intimate partner, current or former, uses to gain and maintain control over another. This abuse can occur in the form of physical, verbal, emotional, sexual, and economic control. Batterers often use multiple tactics such as isolation, intimidation, sexual and physical assault, forced substance abuse, insults, threatening, and excessive monitoring to control and manipulate victims and survivors. And whereas victims and survivors often describe the abuse as being part of a cycle or pattern where there are periods of calm followed by periods of fear and tension leading to incidents of abuse. This cycle and many other reasons make it difficult and dangerous for victims and survivors to leave abusive relationships. In fact, a domestic violence homicides commonly occur when a victim or survivor is leaving or has recently left an abusive relationship. And whereas
domestic violence affects millions across the U.S., regardless of cultural background, ethnicity, sexual orientation, faith, socioeconomic status, ability, or educational background. This means it is very likely we all know someone who was a victim or survivor, and someone who was an abuser. And whereas the vast majority of cases of domestic violence will go unreported, the unique challenges of living in a pandemic have also made it more difficult for victims and survivors to get help and services or to connect with support systems. And whereas victims and survivors need comprehensive services, but more so, genuine and non-judgmental support from friends, family, and our community. According to the National Domestic Violence Hotline, abuse is about power and control. So one of the most important ways to help a person in an abusive relationship is to consider how to empower them to make their own decisions. And whereas domestic violence is never the fault of victims and survivors, while anger, stress, or substance abuse can be common elements in abusive relationships, using violence is still a deliberate choice made by batterers. Abuse is used to control victims and survivors and to take away their agency over their own lives. And whereas the severity of domestic violence calls for enhanced prevention strategies, as well as strengthened intervention efforts that include employing a variety of community-based and public resources to support law enforcement, prosecution, victim advocacy, secure shelters, batterers intervention, other support services and policy development. And whereas education and awareness are also critical components of the effort to end domestic violence. As such, we proclaim October as Domestic Violence Awareness Month, nationally and locally every year. Now, therefore, Joel Villarreal, Mayor of the great city of Rio Grande City, by virtue of the authority vested in him as the Constitution and laws of the Commonwealth, do hereby proclaim October 2022 as Domestic Violence Awareness Month. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand on this 19th day of October 2022.
This is something certainly the commission believes strongly in us ending domestic violence. Of course, from Chief's perspective, do we have Chief talk a little bit about domestic violence?
Chief Solis.
Chief Solis is here, huh?
Oh, he's not around.
Okay.
He has another engagement, but the captain is here. And I think Belinda is also here.
We do have,
Yes, we do have a representative here for domestic violence. Just for you.
Good evening,
Hi.
Mayor, Commission, and Administration. Our organization is proud to inform that we are presently entering our third year of operation. We continue to provide direct victim and emergency shelter services to victims of domestic and family violence and are not limited to any violent crime against women and children. Our organization strives to work with local law enforcement, prosecution, and community partners to raise awareness and support for victims of domestic and family violence. Since 1985, our community has had approximately 19 women who tragically lost their lives because of domestic and family violence. The last victim that we had was in 2018. These were moms, these were daughters, these were sisters, friends, and co-workers, and their relatives continue to greatly miss them by their families and friends. On behalf of the Star Hope Board of Directors and staff, we extend our sincere gratitude for the continued support that the City of Rio Grande City provides to our community. Thank you for proclaiming October 2022 as Domestic Violence Awareness in our community.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item is 1F, is Proclamation Down Syndrome Awareness Month. Have Commissioner Ramirez, you wish to please read the proclamation?
Sure. Down Syndrome Awareness Month, October 22nd. Whereas approximately 1 in every 700 children are born with Down syndrome, representing an estimated 6,000 births per year in the United States. And whereas there are over 400,000 individuals living with Down syndrome in the U.S., and whereas while research and early intervention have resulted in dramatic improvements in the lifespan and potential of those who are affected, more investigation is needed into the causes and treatment of Down syndrome. And whereas possessing a wide range of abilities. People with Down syndrome are active participants in educational, occupational, social, and recreational circles of our communities. And whereas individuals with Down syndrome should have equal opportunity to achieve and universally desired goals of self-fulfillment, pride in their achievements, inclusion in their community, and reaching their fullest potential. And whereas local Down syndrome foundations aid families, schools, healthcare professionals, and governments to help create opportunities, raise awareness, and facilitate solutions for these valued members of our community. Therefore, October 2022 is hereby proclaimed as Down Syndrome Awareness Month in support of individuals with Down syndrome, as well as their families, advocates, researchers, and medical professionals. I encourage all residents of the city of Rio Grande City to work together to promote respect and inclusion of individuals with Down syndrome and to celebrate their accomplishments and contributions.
We had a Down Syndrome Awareness Month or event on Saturday, and we have some representatives from that organization. You wish to come up? No, it's Jocelyn and Jasmine, if I correctly. Do you care to come up and say a few words?
Too short, too sad. Okay, I just want to say thank you for everyone who went out there and supported the Down syndrome awareness. I did this because I wanted to include them because they're the same as us. They might have a disability, but they are really smart. Well, Lucas is really smart. That's the person I met more. So I just wanted to include them to the community and include the parents that they can be the same as everyone else. So I want to thank everyone, and I want to thank the mayor for going out that day and supporting me and them, because I know I'm just 20 and just starting on this. It was a little bit small, not as big as other ones, but it was enough for the parents. Were really happy, and that's it. Thank you so much for everything.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for doing what you do.
Sure. Take a picture, and then we'll take a picture with Mr. We'll just go down here. We'll take one right here.
Ready? 1, 2, and one, Thank you so much. Here we go, ready, 1, 2, and one more, 1, 2, and.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank
I just want to reiterate that point. Thank you all for being part of that, both on the domestic violence awareness and the efforts that are done there, and certainly with the Down syndrome as well. I know this Saturday was an excellent event, and do want to congratulate Jocelyn, right? Not just to make sure. And in fact, she came to us a few months ago Chief and I, and wanted to put this event together. And it's great to have young people wanting to serve the community and volunteering their time for something like this and calling all these organizations. So I cannot say enough about that, where volunteers do matter to the community of Rio Grande City, because we can only do more in a collective sense. So thank you, Jaslyn, and of course domestic awareness programs as well. And all these are critical components to bettering their community, and overall Rio Grande City continues to prosper. And it's great to have these organizations as part of the services to the community. So thank you so much for your service, your dedication, and your commitment. Certainly appreciate that from all of us here at the City Commission. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioners, anyone else would like to add? No. Next item is 1G, departmental reports. Do we have anyone from any of the departments that would wish to speak?
Rebecca and Mr. Eguia.
Mr. Eguia?
Good evening, Mayor, Commission. I'm here to present a plaque that we received from TAF. I'm going to read what it says. TAF Bronze Member City Award, presented to Rio Grande City Parks and Recreation Department for outstanding 2021-2022 registration, support for teams, individuals, and TAF training programs. So it was presented last month to us.
Well, congratulations to you and to your department. That definitely deserves a photo. So once more, we'll...
Let me see your 4A amendment. Might change that. Okay. For the city of Rio Grande, put 4. All right. And then this one. This one is just giving you it's to authorize to negotiate an amendment. Yeah. This one's executive. This is the proposed amendment, chapter 381, and finished right now. But then,
Hello, Ms. Rubio.
Hi. Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. I actually have two things I'm going to talk about today. The first one, so on Wednesday, September 14th, Chief Castillo, Sarah Hernandez, and myself met with Maria del Carmen, who is the owner of Samara's balloon decorations, to talk about her son, Pedro Elian de la Torre, and his amazing accomplishment as an up-and-coming international soccer star. Pedro is a 13-year-old international soccer player currently who attends Veterans Middle School, where I also hear that he's doing very well on the football team. And he plays for the Intercups Mexico team as one of the youngest members on the field. He has been recognized by U.S. Congressman Henry Cuellar and has played internationally throughout Mexico and Europe for over 11 months. The Mexico Intercups team competed in several tournaments all over Europe, including Sweden, Finland, where they became champions, as well as they came in 5th place out of 152 teams in the Gothia Cup, which is also known as the World Youth Cup, where Pedro scored over 30 goals in Sweden. His mom, Maria del Carmen, and he are both here to be recognized by the commission.
You want to come up and say a few words?
Come on. He's a little shy. He's a little shy, so just...
All right, it's okay. Mom, too, if she wants to say a few words? No?
Thank you for recognizing me. I enjoy my moment playing soccer.
It's all right. It's okay. So you want to play professionally?
Yeah.
Yes? Who's your favorite team? Do you have a favorite player?
Messi.
Oh. You want to get paid like Messi, eh? It's like, what is it, $100 million? All right, so don't forget about us once you start making those checks, all right?
Let's take a picture.
Hey, we gotta take a picture.
This is what you want. Let's get the photo. People want to take a photo with us later.
They get you now, so you know you're famous.
Oh, it's just to start negotiating, that's what's going to be the resolution, because...
It all pays.
Okay.
We got the payments for that.
You want to take a picture over here? Mr. Family.
I got you.
He's going to be leaving next year to Dubai. I'm so sorry. Here we go. Right, 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
All right, next thing I'm going to talk about, I would like to invite everybody in the commission and everyone in this room to the trunk or treat event that we will be having next week on Wednesday, and everyone on Facebook Live as well. Come to our trunk or treat event happening in Basilio Villarreal Park, October 26th. Everyone gets one. So in those bags, we have the Rio Review this month. We also have some treats, and of course, there's some tricks, so watch out. Okay, so our trunk or treat event will be next week, like I said, next Wednesday, October 26th at Basilio Villarreal Park from 6 to 9 p.m. It should be a good, fun time. Yes. Oh, we did? Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hello, good evening, Mayor, Commissioners. The library is also going to be participating with the no-carb pumpkin contest at the RGC Trunk or Treat. So we encourage everyone to participate. Bring your no-carb pumpkin to the Basilio Villarreal Park on the 26th and bring it by 6 p.m. We're going to have judging in the scariest, the funniest, the most original, and then a special category in Pretty in Pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I also wanted to let you know that we received a letter from the State Library. This serves as official notification that the Rio Grande City Public Library is accredited and fully qualified as a member of the Texas Library System for fiscal year 2023. The State Library and Archives Commission has accredited libraries since 1971. Your library has been accredited for over 25 years. And we congratulate you as a member. You qualify for grants and other databases and other funding opportunities. So just wanted to let you know. Thank you so much for your support.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
You and your staff.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Good evening, Mayor and Commission. I just wanted to mention that we had our first market days on Main Street this past Saturday. I thought it was a resounding success. We had 11 vendors there, and we had several people stop by, and then like the last hour and a half, I had 2 people come in right then and there and just sign themselves up for the next market days, which will be November 19th. It's a Saturday. It'll be right there we closed off Washington Street right by the museum. And it was really, I thought it was a really good first try, and we're looking forward to more people and getting the word out there. But yeah, thank you.
From what time?
Well, okay, that was a little bit of a contention. We started it was 8 to 12, this first one. And all the vendors agreed 9 to 1 would be good, that we don't have to wake up so early in the morning, yes. Because we had some vendors that really came from out in the out in the boondocks, I guess, I don't know. So yeah, but it was a really nice event.
It was a really good
So,
event.
the pan de campo was a big hit. So, thank you.
The prickly pear jelly was very good.
Oh, wasn't that delicious?
We didn't have any of that. It was, wow, it was.
I had about $100 in my wallet. They all went there.
Likewise, I stopped by, gone.
I got some mesquite bean jelly. It was very good.
I got the jalapeno prickly pear. It was very good. Thank you.
Pura comida.
No.
Commissioners, again, I'd like to welcome a new member to the fire department, Edgar Lanis. He joined the department on October 1st. He recently graduated the academy this past May. Like I said, I'd like to introduce you all to him.
Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to say thank you to the mayor and the commission for giving me this opportunity to work for the fire department here. Rest assured, I'm going to do my job to the best of my ability, and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. Welcome on board, absolutely.
Welcome and stay safe out there.
Thank you.
And of course, it deserves a photo op, of course. Hey, welcome you people, yes. We're getting our steps in.
Yeah, I'm gonna fix this.
Thomas Yen.
I will keep this short, Mayor,
Tell us
Commissioners.
the great news.
Yes, well, you were part of that. Earlier today, we were visiting with our friends over at Chick-fil-A who are getting ready to open their doors tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. They are ready to serve as much chicken as Rio Grande City wants. Just, be patient. There will be a lot of traffic anticipated at that intersection, but our police department will work to make sure that everyone gets their chicken safely. So I also wanted to add that tomorrow morning, Dollar Tree on 3167, which is the second store in Rio Grande City, will open its doors at 9 a.m. So join us if you're in the area. We're really excited for them as well. They've been getting their shelves stocked, and they're ready for their first customers tomorrow morning. So just wanted to give you that update. And then, of course, we're anticipating the grand opening for Marshalls at the end of this month. Please visit our social media pages so that you'll get the latest information and times. But once again, congratulations to all of the 120 plus employees at Chick-fil-A who are eager to serve you in the community of Rio Grande City and Stark County. And we look forward to more ribbon cuttings as the weeks go by. So.
Well, 6:30 tomorrow, Chick-fil-A, if you have not heard the news.
I hear breakfast is really good.
Tomorrow. And Dollar Tree, as you mentioned as well, over on 3167. Marshall's the 30th as well, opening doors, ribbon cutting and opening the doors. So those that want to go shopping at Marshall's, I'm sure there's going to be plenty. And Buffalo Wings will be opening very soon too, in the next several weeks. So look, anticipating all these, or anxiously waiting for all these new ventures coming in, and many more to come. So we're in an excellent place, and I cannot say enough about the staff, employees here at the city that are making these things happen. Of course, our city commission, but EDC board and everyone that's part of this growth and prosperity. I mean, excellent. So once more to our staff, great job for all this that is happening right before our very eyes. So congratulations to everyone, and thank you.
See you guys tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Any other director? No? Good to go. All right. Moving on to appointments. Letter A, discussion and possible action to accept the letter of resignation submitted by Melissa Garza, City Secretary.
Yes, Mayor, on September 22nd, Melissa submitted her letter of resignation, and it needs to go through the board. She's point.
I move to accept the letter of resignation submitted by Ms. Melissa Garza, City Secretary. We have a second by Commissioner Escobedo. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. Next item is item 2B, discussion and possible action, if any, to appoint a city secretary, including but not limited to administering an oath of office. And at this time, I move that we appoint Ms. Angela Solis as city secretary.
I'll second.
I have a second by Commissioner Olivares. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. And at this time, we'll administer the oath of office.
The judge is here, Mayor.
Do we have a judge in the house?
Yes, we do.
Make sure we have the right one. Okay?
Right now.
Monday?
All right. Raise your right hand. I, Angela M. Solis, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the duties of the office of City Secretary of Rio Grande City, the great city of Rio Grande City. Okay, the Stark County, Texas, and will to the best of my ability preserve, protect, defend the Constitution and the laws of the United States. And the laws of the United States? Okay. The laws of the United States? Okay. And the state of Texas? So help me God. Angela M. Solis, congratulations.
Take your time.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Does that mean you're going to raise? You need negotiation. I like your boots on. Congratulations. I like your shirt.
Okay. Over here, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
I can't.
Would you care to say a few words, Ms. Solis, if you wish?
I'm excited. I'm excited to take this new role and excited to work with you guys, and eager to learn as I go. I'm at your disposal to, anything that you may need, directors as well, I'm available. Just let me know and please guide me because, like I said, I'm eager to learn. So this is new to me and I'm very excited.
At this time, if no one objects, we're going to move into executive session. And just for the record, on the executive session, I will be recusing myself from item 8C, consultation with city attorney related to acquisition of sale or sale of real property.
I will also recuse myself, Mayor.
So for the record, Commissioner Ramirez and I will be recusing ourselves from item 8C in executive sessions. At this time, move to executive session.
something that we get rid of it? I don't know what it was. Well, we had done, we had originally, we had worked, and that's when, and really
It is 7:05, and we are going to discuss item 8C. Do we have any motions?
Yes, sir. At this time, I move to approve item 8C as discussed in executive session for the purpose of deeding real property to the Rio Grande City Gruya Independent School District for the construction of a performing arts center.
So it would be actually item 9C?
No, it's 8C.
8C? The mayor would.
Okay, I see.
Yes.
We're reconvening.
We're reconvening from executive session, so it is 9C, and we do have a motion by Mr. Olivares. Do we have a second?
I second.
Thank you, Commissioner De Leon. I would just like to say that there was the mayor and Commissioner Ray Ramirez abstained themselves, but it was Mr. De Leon, Mr. Olivares, and myself on this particular item.
We will confirm that Mr. De Leon wasn't counted for in the originally in the attendance count for the meeting, but he was available during executive session.
During executive, yes.
He's in attendance now.
Yes, sir.
So now you say all those in favor.
So all those in favor, lift your right hand or say aye.
Aye.
There you go. Yeah, and for the record, I just want to repeat that the mayor and Mr. Ray Ramirez and Mr. Joel Villarreal were not in executive.
And we abstain from this item.
Thank you, Mayor.
On this item.
Thank you, Mayor.
And also for the record, you have an affirmative vote by Mr. De Leon via Zoom remotely, and 2 affirmative votes between yourself and Mr. Olivares.
Yes, sir. Next item, Mayor.
Okay, so any signage or anything that we're doing on this item, just for the record, we have several school board members.
We do have some signature pages.
Signatures, take some pictures.
I would like to say a couple of words, Mayor. I think that it is so nice to see both the city and the school district working together. At the end of the day, it's our taxpayers. Everything is going back to our children and to our community. And it is so nice to be able to see something like that happening in our community. And thank you to the school board and of course the school, that everybody's working together, and the commission to make sure that we are able to give our children a place where they can perform, a place where the whole community can gather and create those beautiful memories to come. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Peña, would you like to tell us a little bit about the Performing Arts Center that the school is very soon beginning to construct?
Yes, Mayor. Good evening, Mayor, commissioners, members, community members. It is an exciting time for Rio Grande City Gruya ISD, and of course with the great city of Rio Grande. We've been working with this endeavor for quite a few months already.
Yes.
And we're super excited. We just had Ms. Warren last night present to our school board as to where the state is right now, and she just announced to them that we're 100% complete of the design phase, and she's proceeding with the rest of the engineering portion of it. So we are looking, it will be a 3,900 square foot building. It's a state-of-the-art, nothing, she says, near in the South Texas area. It'll be a little over 900 seats, and it'll be hopefully right behind your city building that you'll be building in the future. So our students will not have to travel to Harlingen or other facilities to record their performances in order to perform at that state level. It does take a lot of state-of-the-art equipment in order for them to perform with other districts across the state of Texas. And as you know, Rio Grande City Gruya ISD has state marching contest bands, state and national award-winning mariachi groups. Our Warnock Plays have done outstandingly in the last few years. So we have a lot of students that are very, very competitive in our community. And now in about a year and a half, they will have the state-of-the-art facility where they can not only practice, but perform at that level level. So we are truly excited, and we want to thank the commission, mayor, for everyone working together with us. Together we can bring Rio Grande City to another level. Not only will our facility help our school district, but it's going to help the community. It'll be here for many, many years to come. It will be a state-of-the-art. We are building it for the future. So we are hiring engineers that are lighting and sound and making sure that we have the acoustics and everything needed for the facility. So we are truly excited. In the next, hopefully, year and a half or two, we'll be having our performances and hopefully graduations there for elementary, middle school, and a lot of other events. So we can't wait. So thank you, Mayor and Commission, right now. On behalf of our school board of trustees, our administrators, our students, they're going to be truly blessed in the near future. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Peña.
Our pleasure.
Do we have any of the other school board members here? Mr. Villarreal, I know I saw him, he left. So just to continue on that note, Mr. Peña, and it is great on behalf of the city to be part of this collaboration, this partnership that we have with the school. And it is phenomenal to have that working relationship, because there's no way that one entity alone can do something like this. But when you partner up and pool your resources, both the city, the school, and having this type of state-of-the-art, as you mentioned, and bring in these professional plays, bring in regional competitions or state competitions down the road. And that area, that St. Ives, is going to be benefiting tremendously because of the hotels that will come into play there, and of course the eateries that are there. And cannot wait to have all these professional plays at some point there too. That'd be awesome, whether it's Wicked or whether it's some of these other professional performances too. And of course the kiddos, as you mentioned, there's so much talent here in Stark County, whether it's music, whether it's athletics. I mean, it's just incredible. Have award-winning mariachi programs in the county as a whole, and to have them perform there, I mean, that's going to be phenomenal. So again, cannot stress enough the importance of having these working relationships and what it does to the community, and partnering up to be able to, again, provide the land, but at the same time you provide the resources, the finances to actually the building and so on, and cannot wait to have it as well. So
congratulations.
Congratulations to the school district. I know yesterday you mentioned your awards as well, your academic rating as an A, and also your financial accountability rating of an A as well. So kudos to the school district for these accomplishments and bringing the district to unparalleled heights, unprecedented heights, I could say. So, and the same thing for the city. For the city, if you look around, there's so much progress and prosperity that parallels what other entities are doing. And it's just great to see and be part of this growth and prosperity that we all are experiencing. And more importantly for our children, right? Yes. The future generations and leaders of tomorrow. Very soon we're going to be leaving the keys to someone else, and they'll be the ones taking over. Yeah. But until then, we'll do our best to hand it over to them in the future. But congratulations, Mr. Superintendent, Mr. Peña, and to the school board. Congratulations for these endeavors and all the different groundbreakings that y'all are having. It's phenomenal to see all the growth and prosperity, which is great, highlighting the many facilities that are coming to our community that is befitting to our students, right? They deserve the best, and they are getting the best. So again, congratulations.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, Mr.
Mayor, I would like to add as well that, the school district also deeded a property to us, which is the Fort Ringgold Park. And I think it's important that our community knows how we're working together as a city and as a school district. And like the mayor was mentioning, it is impossible for one entity to do it by itself, but when we gather together different entities of our community, the winner here is our community, and it's our children. Thank you very much, Commission, for everything that you all do, and of course, our community that trusts us to move our city forward.
Thank you.
Thank you. And for the city commissions to effectuate the record vote, we're circulating here for Commissioner Escobedo's and Commissioner Olivares' signature consideration, the signature page for the deed.
Yes, sir.
Great things are continuing to come to Rio Grande City, as he said. By the way, 6:30 tomorrow, Chick-fil-A. I know we already mentioned it. Can't wait to see a performance there too, Mr. Peña, at the state-of-the-art Performing Arts Center. It's going to be awesome. It really is. Absolutely. Do we have some of the board members as well? Mr. Peña?
Okay, it's right there.
Right, and then that's to Mr. Olivares.
Yes, sir.
Feel ready, 1, 2, 1, 2, got it.
Next business in order is item 3, consent agenda. Letter A, approval of minutes from previous meetings. A and B.
Mayor, there's no objection. I'll move to approve consent agenda items 3A, B, and C.
Okay.
Second.
We have a motion to approve consent agenda by Commissioner Ramirez, second by Commissioner Olivares. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by raising your right hand or say aye. Commissioner De Leon, is he?
He's on like this.
Aye.
There we go.
It's a delay.
Mayor,
A little delay on it.
on the other items, there's a couple of corrections that
It's from Utah.
Angela wants to mention on
Yes.
some of the others.
Okay, so item 4.
On item 4, the agenda should read, discussion and possible action to establish Resolution 2022-19 for the City of Rio Grande City's fee schedule, increasing fees and charges imposed by the city's fire department for various inspection fees.
Okay.
Yes.
So we have item 4A. Any conversation on that, or do we entertain a motion at this time, or Chief?
Fire Chief Muniz is here to talk about that.
Yes, good evening again. This is basically, we've been looking at other communities throughout the valley and other fire departments across the valley, where they have fees imposed on inspections they're doing. Obviously, we encounter costs when we go out and do inspections, and we just want to see if we can go ahead and propose these fee schedules to add.
Because we don't
to-
have these fees right now.
No, we haven't.
So now we're not increasing fees, we're now having
Now
fees
we're
for
gonna
these,
have-
because we've
correct.
never had fees for plan reviews, the burn permits, the trip tests, pressure test, and site inspections.
And the plan reviews and all, yes, correct.
Can you give us an example, Mr. Muniz, of what our neighbor cities are charging?
For example, well, in the ballpark that I don't know if you have the amount that we put here. These amounts that I post is what I've gathered with the average cost.
Locally?
Yes, correct. I've gotten quotes actually from Roma, as well as from Mission Fire Department, and I did reach out to Palmview as well, which you don't have there with you. So they, like I said, and they basically average the cost, and that it can always be, modified, but that is what we're going by right now.
Okay. I so move, Mayor, item 4A.
Okay, we have a motion to approve item 4A by Commissioner Escobedo, a second by Commissioner Olivares. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Say aye.
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 Motion passes. Next item is 5 ordinances. Letter A, first reading, approval of ordinance number 2022-11, amending City of Rio Grande City's ordinances at Chapter 8, Health and Safety, Article 2,
Mr. Milano.
nuisances by adding Section 8-216, unapproved storage of the tires, declared public nuisance.
Good evening, Mayor, Commissioners. This
Mr.
ordinance, yes, sir. This ordinance in reference to tires and tire disposal, tire installations, and warehouses, and how to properly store tires and only have them for a certain amount of time. It also adds fines for improper disposal of tires. It has emphasis on how do they store them, because obviously you want to set a standard that no tires to be exposed by the elements like water, because it creates diseases like Zika and what have you. So again, this is a modern ordinance to make sure that tires are not a hazard around town.
I've seen several tire shops that have, quite a bit of number of tires on the outside, and those are things that, is there a number as to how many they can have, Mr. Milan?
Yes, it measures also by the height. They can only have like a certain amount by height and not to be exposed. Like I said, it's important not to be exposed by the elements, and after a certain amount to get rid of them or take them to the proper disposal areas or warehouses.
Okay, so this is the first reading, and we can make any additions, or that's another thing that maybe we need to look at as far as
And this is also to prevent situations like we had recently with tires, and to add fines, to have more teeth to what the city can do to prevent something like that from happening again. That's it, emphasis.
All right, we entertain a motion at this time. Have a motion to approve item 5A by Commissioner Ramirez. Second by Commissioner Olivares. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. It was unanimous. Next item is 5B, first reading and approval of ordinance number 2022-12, amending City of Rio Grande City's ordinances, Section 2211, and adding 2 additional planning and zoning commissioners.
Yes, sir, Mayor. The plan department has found that as the city grows and some of these development and subdivisions have a time clock, it is important that we have those meetings in time and that we answer to the community in time and applicants. So therefore, sometimes when the planning and zoning was created, it had only stipulated for 5 members. This is adding 2 members, total 7 members. That means when it's so difficult to put a meeting together and to have only 2 or 3 members show up at times, it makes it hard. You don't have a quorum, or you have a conflict of interest at times. So 7 members, it's safer and it's easier to hold a meeting.
Okay. All right. So we entertain
Second.
A motion to approve item 5B by Commissioner Olivares, second by Commissioner Escobedo. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by raising your right hand or say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. Next item is 5C, first reading approval of ordinance number 2022-13, City of Rio Grande City's ordinances, adding 2 additional members to the Main Street Advisory Board. No, 1 additional member.
Yes.
1 additional member to the Main Street Advisory Board.
1?
Yes.
That's also one of the typos.
It's also a typo on the
Mayor, Commissioners, in your packet, you have a memo in which the Main Street Advisory Board is requesting your consideration of some downtown stakeholders to join them in the Main Street Advisory Board. We're looking to fill a vacancy, and so you've got 3 names before you for your consideration.
I move to appoint Ms. Myra, is it Gracia or Garcia?
Gracia.
Gracia, Ms. Myra Gracia. I know she's already with the Chamber.
Yes.
Chamber of Commerce.
She's the owner and operator of Arias, what is it? Beauty bar, yes,
Okay.
in downtown Rio Grande City. Thank you.
All right, so we have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Have a second. For item 5C, and that's the appointment of Mayra Gracia, and I have a second by Commissioner Escobedo. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by raising your right hand or say aye.
Aye.
Next item is 6, contracts and agreements. Letter A, discussion and possible action to approve several contracts, purchases, payments for several departments, each not exceeding $50,000 or triggering the Texas procurement process, acknowledging that with each contract or agreement over $3,000, city staff contacted at least 2 HUBs within Stark County or was exempt from that process.
Yes, Mayor, there's several pay requests for software for the PD, bulletproof vest for the police department with the grant, and there's also from EDC and PUD. The directors are here if you have any questions on any of the invoices attached to these items.
As long as they're funding and they've been approved by director yourself, Chief,
Yes,
I make
sir.
a motion to approve item A.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion to approve item 6A by Commissioner Ramirez, second by Commissioner Olivares. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. Or say aye. I forgot about Mr.
Aye.
I think we need your picture up there, sir, because out of sight, out of mind, right? That old saying.
Yes.
Next item is 6B, discussion and possible action to approve a contract with VTX-1 for new city-wide phone system and related services.
Yes, Mayor, that's regarding our phone systems for the city, and IT is here to talk about that. Ms. Harris, I can give you a little bit of information on the 2 quotes that are there. And one is a bigger quote than the other one, but he'll explain it in a couple.
Good evening,
Hi.
Commissioners. The reason I'm here is, as you may know, we need to start looking into replacing our phone system. The Cisco, it's running an older version of Cisco Call Manager, and also the servers are already end of life, which means they're no longer supported. So I've been working with 2 companies. One of them is Spectrum Voice over IP, which has nothing to do with Spectrum Enterprise. The other one is VTX-1. And in my opinion, VTX-1 better aligns with the city needs.
Okay.
VTX sent us a quote for 80 phones. The monthly payment for that is $11.92 per month. Okay, and there's also a one-time installation fee of $1,600. So that will include the configuration of all the phones, and they will also physically come and install the phones. That monthly payment also includes a payment plan for the actual phones. That's going to be for 36 months. That's included in that monthly payment. After we pay off the phones, the monthly payment will come down to $720, and that's approximately monthly savings of $425 from what we're paying at the moment. So a cost savings of $425 monthly, which is also approximately $5,000 yearly that we'll be saving with this new phone system. And that's after the 36 months to pay off the phones.
You're talking about the VTX, right?
VTX phone, yes, sir.
Staff is recommending VTX. The purchase of the phone will make the payment a little bit higher in the beginning of 3 years after the phones are paid off. That will be going down to $400. Legal just recommending that if you all approve whichever item is being considered, that it just make sure we reviews it before execution of the document.
And the staff recommends VTX1.
Yes, sir. And by the way, earlier today, we used another VTX phones. And also, VTX is also servicing the second fire station with the phone and internet. And we haven't had any issues.
What is the lifespan of that particular equipment?
Well, we have representatives here for VTX that can answer those questions.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. Your question?
What is the lifespan of the equipment that we are interested in?
Normal use.
Normal use.
The normal use, I mean, these phones last a little over 10 years. I mean, these are really good use. We normally do software updates on them, so you normally have the latest and greatest in the technology. These phones are connected to the internet at all times, so you always have the connectivity as it needs to get the connection. Like Eddie mentioned, we do have a test phone that we used this evening to make a phone call. I know the most important question that gets brought up is what if the internet goes down? So we can add a couple of emergency contact numbers so you don't miss any calls. We can have Eddie or a city commissioner's phone number on file just in case the internet does go down in any facility that we offer the phone service to. Oh, and sorry, I'm Kenny Gonzalez with VTX1. Any other questions?
Okay. We entertain a motion at this time.
I second.
I have a motion to approve item 6B by Commissioner Olivares, second by Commissioner Escobedo. Any further discussion?
And that is to recommend VTX1.
And for legal to look into all legal before and
Subject to legal review.
subject to legal review. Yes, sir.
Okay, so we have a motion, have a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by raising your right hand or say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. Lopez. Next item is 6C, discussion and possible action to approve the First Amendment to the Chapter 380 Economic Incentive Agreement previously entered into between the City of Rio Grande City and Alonso Cantu and signs for the Healthcare Access Starr County project.
Yes, Mayor. We currently have an agreement with Mr. Cantu, and the recommendation is to go out and spread out the payments of that agreement into a large payment and then 3 payments after. There is a recommendation from legal.
The recommendation at this time, Mayor, is to amend for discussion, possible action, to authorize the deputy city manager or his delegate to negotiate the First Amendment to the Chapter 380 Economic Incentive Agreement so that we can provide that agreement over and then they can negotiate and legal, we can just finalize the agreement.
Okay. So at this point, are you reading that motion or somebody else has to read that motion? Just to make sure you have it written there?
I could read the motion out,
Okay.
Mayor. Discussion and possible action to authorize the deputy city manager or his delegate to negotiate the First Amendment to the Chapter 380 Economic Incentive Agreement previously entered into between the City of Rio Grande City and Alonso Cantu and/or assigns for the Healthcare Access Starr County project.
So moved as stated.
Second.
So we have a motion by Commissioner Olivares as stated by our legal and second by Commissioner Escobedo. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by raising your right hand or say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Next item is 6D, discussion and possible action to authorize Deputy City Manager to negotiate a non-binding letter of intent to acquire an airport hangar in exchange for a decommissioned fire truck deemed surplus by the City of Rio Grande City and other valuable consideration.
Yes, Mayor. This is a couple of vehicles that are out of commission, and we have had conversations with Mr. Schaffelbein, and this is, I think we've talked about this before, but if y'all give us authorization to go negotiate that agreement so they could, Mr. Schaffelbein can look at it and see if he's good, we bring it back to y'all.
Okay.
And to him, and if everything is good, we could, the hangar will come back to
like a
the
trade.
city.
Yes.
A trade, yes. So
It's an old,
this has really got
an
to
old
be.
truck for a hangar, all right.
Yes, that airport hangar we could put it to good use there at
Okay.
the airport.
Definitely. I so move item 6D.
Okay, we have a motion to approve item 6D by Commissioner Escobedo, second by Commissioner Olivares. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by raising your right hand or say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Next item, Chief, I have a note as far as to...
Yes, Mayor, item E, I would like to remove that one from the agenda at this time. Okay.
Do we just remove it, or do we just table it?
Table it, we have
Legal.
to bring it back.
You could table the item.
You can table it?
Okay, so just make a motion to...
That's a vote, Mayor, table item 6E.
Second.
Okay, we have motion to table item 6E by Commissioner Ramirez, second by Commissioner Olivares. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Say aye.
Aye.
Next item is 6F, discussion and possible action to approve a professional services agreement with Rose Benavides to advise the city of Rio Grande City with compliance with matters as it relates to the ARPA funds distributed to the city.
Yes, Mayor, this would be an agreement, actually, it would be actually the Industrial Foundation, instead of Rose Benavides, but she's an employee at the Industrial Foundation, and, this should be managing the ARPA funds for the city. The contract is attached, or the agreement is attached to the memo, and, if you have any questions on that one, so Mr. Cantu's here, we did receive second set of funds on that one, and I guess he could give you a brief on that real quick right now.
Good evening, Mayor, Commissioners. Yes, we did receive the second portion of the ARP monies. They're in the bank already. I believe we received them at the beginning of October.
Okay.
Ms. Rose has been a huge influence in us getting those monies. She's been pretty much guiding us by the hand to do everything that we need to do as far as submitting everything to be compliant with ARP. Now the hard part comes where we have to spend it, and she's gonna, hopefully this gets approved to help us meet all the guidelines that are.
Is there a deadline, Mr. Cantu, for the monies to be used?
I think we have until 2025 to use those monies, or at least to have them bookmarked.
How much money is it, Mr. Cantu?
It's 3.6 million.
Okay.
We received the second portion, 3.6 million.
3.6 million, right?
Yeah, 3.6. I don't know the exact number, 3,680 some thousand.
Great.
I so move item 6F.
Okay, we have a motion to approve item 6F by Commissioner Escobedo.
Also, Mayor, on review on legal, please.
Subject to legal review?
Subject to legal review.
Okay, so we have a motion by Mr. Escobedo, item 6F.
I'll second.
Have a second by Commissioner Olivares. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by raising your right hand or say aye.
Aye.
Okay, next item is 6G, discussion and possible action to approve a contract with Saints for engineering services.
Yes, Mayor, Ms. Baez, that's on Plainview and
couldn't see you there, Ms. Baez.
Behind the podium, sir. Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. This is Sames engineering contract. Last month, their proposal was approved for $51,860. It did go through the process, through the RFQ. It got scored, it got selected, and they presented their proposal. So now this is the actual contract agreement that will be executed.
Okay.
Once executed, we will send it to Austin, to the Texas Department of Agriculture, to start meeting some of our thresholds, making us eligible for, the next round of funds in April 2023, another $350,000 hopefully. This is for the streets of Reina and Plainview.
Okay.
Item 6G.
Okay, we have a motion to approve item 6G, second by Commissioner Olivares, moved by Commissioner Ramirez.
Mayor, if we could recommend just for subject to legal review.
And subject to legal review. And if any further discussion, all those in favor signify by raising your right hand or say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you.
I know that delay sounds a little... All right, 7, planning, letter A, discussion and possible action on request for preliminary plat approval for Golden Court subdivision phase 1. Milan.
Good evening. So for the record, it's the Garden Court subdivision phase 1.
Garden?
Yes, sir.
Located where, sir?
It's for 18 lots. It's here on Trophy Street. It's a subdivision that is going to be for multifamily use. It's just north of the first gated subdivision right there. Obviously, it's going to have some agreements as to the design. It's going to be similar to the other apartments that are there, multifamily complexes. It is served by the City of Rio Grande City Water and Sewer, and again, it's for preliminary approval.
Did it go through planning and zoning?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And they recommend?
Yes.
They approved
recommend
it.
approval.
Oh, yeah, here it is, okay. All right.
I recommend that we approve item 7A.
I second.
We have a motion to approve item 7A by Commissioner Olivares, second by Commissioner Escobedo. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand or say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Next item 7B, discussion and possible action on request for preliminary and final plat approval for Shady Acre Estate subdivision.
Yes, Mayor, this is a single lot. If you notice on your package, there is a house there. The owner has land in the surrounding area, and for whatever reason, back in the day, he didn't subdivide this one lot. There is a house there. There is no improvements, nothing to be done other than just turn into a regular lot. That's why staff is recommending preliminary and final approval of the subdivision.
Okay, and again, for the record, it was already approved by Planning and Zoning on September 28, 2022.
I move that we approve item 7B.
Okay, we have a motion to approve item 7B by Commissioner Olivares.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Escobedo. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand or say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. If no one objects, we'll move items 7C and 7D to executive session. And at this time, we'll on to executive session, Chapter 551, Texas Government Code, Section 551.071, Section 551.072, and Section 551.074 personnel matters. It is 7:42 p.m. Session, it is 9:35 p.m. It is 9, reconvene into regular session in consideration of action on matters discussed during executive. But before we do that one, I know we have the two items on planning, 7C and 7D.
Mayor, motion to table item 7C and 7D.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion to table item 7C, 7D by Commissioner Ramirez, second by Commissioner Olivares. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand or say aye. Is Commissioner De Leon still on? Cool. No? All right, motion passes. Next item is 9A, discussion and possible action regarding personnel matters. There's no action on item 9A and no action on item 9B. And item 9C was already taken care of earlier. So anyone that I'm missing, I think that's...
No, Mayor.
We're good?
You're good.
All right, so at this time, do we have a motion to adjourn?
I so move.
Okay, we have a motion to adjourn by Commissioner Escobedo.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Olivares. Are we good, Chief?
We're good, man.
Yes?
Yeah,
All right.
Making plans for the morning.
Thank you all.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Raise your right hand, motion passes. Meeting adjourned, 9:36 p.m., 37 p.m.
Making plans for the morning.